What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Oh my freaking goodness. If you thought yesterday's news about 10 new archetypes that may be getting their own structure decks later this year was exciting and awesome, I promise you, your body was not prepared for this. It looks like Konami is actually going to be reviving the almost 20-year-old Dian Keto and making a new version of the card. Now, it's really interesting because Dian Keto is a super old card. It's really obscure. It's from the DM era. I don't think it ever saw play outside of pretty much the first year of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, but it does actually have like notoriety and there's some luster to it because of the memes, especially if you guys have seen the TCG version of Dian Keto, and then obviously the OCG version, which is heavily memed, and people talk about, you know, them tig old biddies and how she's such a MILF and all that good stuff. But I love the fact that Konami has basically made a new version of Dian Keto, and dare I say they actually turned her into a bae. I mean, this is Dian Keto, the gold digging master. So obviously she used to do some really different things in her younger days, because I'm betting that this was Dian Keto before she got a little more seasoned, and this looks like a version that probably had some simps and maybe was running an OnlyFans and other stuff like that you know, the gold diggers tend to do. But I'm a fan of this, man. I really like when Konami does, you know, go towards some of those older cards and then give us newer versions of said cards. My only disappointment with this is, I think it's kind of obvious, it's the fact that this is a rush dual card, and that means that when it comes to, you know, regular Yu-Gi-Oh!, there's a legitimate chance that we're probably never going to be able to play with this card. And honestly, that's a shame, because I was just talking about yesterday how, you know, it would be really interesting to see Tour Guide, an archetype that, you know, is based or a theme that has like 3 cards, or Cyber Ogre become full-on archetypes. But I'm not going to lie, man. If Konami put on the table, you know, and maybe the possibility of Dian Keto being her own archetype, like, dude, sign me up. Just shut up and take my money, Konami. My wallet, my credit card, just take everything. Give me a Dian Keto structure deck, or a Dian Keto, a bunch of cards in a core booster set. That would definitely be amazing. And this card, you know, I'll put its effect on the screen. It does obviously relate to gaining life points. Very similar to the old school spell. I just think that this is phenomenal. Now, I got to give you guys a little more than just memes in this video, so I'll give you guys an actual card review. The final cards of the CP20 and the OCG were revealed. There were like 4 cards revealed. I talked to them, or I talked about them on stream. None of them were really impressive. However, I do think that Fire Flint Lady is probably the best of the bunch, and this is a fire warrior monster. It's level 1, so you can rota for it or 1-for-1 it. 100 attack, 100 defense. Both of the effects are hard once per turn. The first effect says if you control a warrior monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and the second effect says you can send this card you control to the graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 or lower warrior monster from your hand, and if you do, your opponents cannot, or your opponent's effects cannot target it this turn. So basically, this is just a warrior extender monster. I said that you know, if any of your decks are basically ISO.turbo decks, you guys know what I mean. There are these decks that need to get to ISO to basically, you know, kind of win the game or do whatever they want to do. Rango Myriad, like Rango Turbo, was kind of like one of those decks. The new Infernable Noble Knights, they, you know, classed, or they're going to be classified as one of those decks. If you're playing an ISO deck, I think you might actually take a flyer out on this card, because it doesn't eat up your normal summon. You can just special summon it to the field. It is a card that can easily be summoned from your deck from ISO, because it is a warrior monster and it's only level 1. And then also you can tribute it and you can unload another monster from your hand. So it's an extender that actually extends with like your, it extends your play even further. Like, there aren't a lot of extenders that have effects that also kind of summon another monster in addition to themselves, but this is actually one of those unique circumstances. So I kind of like this card. The rest of them weren't really noteworthy, but this card was definitely kind of awesome. Anyways, whatever you guys think, Leave it in the comment section below. Would you guys be a fan of seeing like a full-fledged Dian Keto theme and or structure deck, or really just a Dian Keto archetype? Because after this, I'm definitely sold. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.